Grand Rise, Willie Whittle, It Shall Be Dope. This is the pod. Let's get into it. So, usually when I get into a different mode, I usually lock in a little different. I used to have this album that I used to listen to, and it was a Joe Budden album. Now, mind you, Joe Budden's a major podcaster now, but before he used to be this rapper that was super insightful to me, one of my favorites. Um, Along with the Styles P, the Locks, whole genre. But Joe Budden was one of the ones that I used to throw this album on. And the album that I'm talking about used to be called Escape Route. It's not a hard album to find. I think it's on Apple Music. So if you know feel like it, you could check it out. But Escape Route was one of those ones where when I was in a mood, I would turn this on, and the mood that I was in was not a friendly mood. Like, this was not me being, normal Willie with the same, like, hey, how you doing energy. This was like a deep, dark, thoughtful space, which I know my man Budden had to deal with a little bit, um, more than a little bit in his lifetime. But we all go through it. We all go through our hills and valleys and whatnot. But this album used to put me in a it used to allow me to sit in my mood, right? And I turn it on and I hear this first song called Anti, and and I'm in it. Headphones is ringing, and I'm just in this mood, right? And one of the things that I had to really grow through, um, when I was listening to this album, was the fact that everything was touching on how my spirit is moving at the time. Like, it's like, all right, if I'm being anti, yeah, I'm being anti right now. Um, yeah, I'm going through some things, and it's something. It's never good enough. Like, nothing's ever good enough. That's another song on the album. Um, but the one song that I was thinking about this morning from this album, because I'm not in a real anti mood right now. I'm not in a turn the album on mood right now. But what I am in is the world keeps spinning. Right? It's no matter what you do, and no matter how you do it, the world keeps spinning. So there's so many things, so many powerful statements that can derive from understanding that the world is going to continue to spin no matter what you do. Like, if you think about it like this, like, you make a bad decision, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, whether you made some people upset, you've done something that bothered you and your soul, and you don't know how it affected other people. It doesn't really pertain to how you move, in the sense of the world keeps spinning, right? It's not a true judgment against the type of person that you are. We're allowed to make mistakes. We need to learn to give ourselves some kind of grace, right? So understanding that the big picture is the world keeps spinning. The world keeps spinning. The moment that you make is not the moment that's going to define you for the rest of your life, unless you're doing something that could define you for the rest of your life. I mean, there's some things that, um, there's a line, right? There's definitely a line of, if I do this, this is a no go back situation or whatever. But you still learn something, and your world still spins. It's just now you got to deal with the consequences and the repercussions of your actions. So I feel like, trying to be as honest with yourself, because I think when you get up and you look in the mirror, and I do this part of my routine religiously before I, like, brush my teeth and wash my face and everything. I look in the mirror. I look me in the eyes. I look me in the eyes, and I make sure that I tell me that I love me, right? Because I have to. Like, that's the realest love that I'm gonna have to feel. And then I make sure that I have an understanding with myself that you're my only opponent, right? Because at the end of the day, we're not challenging each other. We're challenging our old self. We're challenging ourselves to be better. So it's a really important concept that we really need to sit with in ourselves and say, like, the me of last year is not the same me of this year. And then what's different, then evaluating it, how can you get better from there? Um, I celebrated a milestone before Thanksgiving. And I think I talked about it in the last pod, but whatever. I'm going to talk about it again because it's one of my things that I do and I'm celebrating, right? So for me, I'm a big dude, and I'm 100 pounds lighter this year. Um, Big ups, right? Clap that up. Um, I'm 100 pounds lighter. So I started grinding in my weight loss journey. I put that in my path to peace, um, and aligned with everything that I do on a daily basis. Got with my doctors, got with all the healthcare professionals, the everybody's, right, and started on this journey. And I'm happy to be literally 100 pounds lighter. Like that's crazy to me, right? It's me being in better motion, and I still got a lot of work to do, right? So the world keeps spinning, the path keeps going, and I made decisions a year ago that put me in a place this year. So one of the things that like I really keep hearing in my feeds and from people is that's awesome, keep going, right? And it's not about, I made it or sitting in this moment. Even if you make it somewhere, you still got to keep going. What's your next goal? What's your next move? It's not a thing of like always chasing the carrot either. It's enjoy the celebration and then pick a new thing to celebrate and then go get it, right? We tend to sit back and parlay a little bit when we get to a certain spot. Be like, all right, I'm here, and I'm gonna kick it, or I could do this, that, and the other. Discipline is a different beast. It's a totally different beast. Discipline, my definition of discipline, and that's what me and my household is getting ready to embark on is this whole discipline journey. But me personally, um, the definition to me for discipline is, um, and this ain't the Merriam-Webster's. This is just my interpretation, right? You get up and you want to do it, and you do it. You get up and you don't want to do it, and you do it. Because no matter what, your discipline states that I have to get this done. I must. I shall. Right? It shall be dope. I shall get this done. In order for you to get what you want, you have to showcase a certain level of discipline to say, yeah, this is it. This is it. This is the move, and I'm going towards it. And if you don't see it, then how can you really focus in on or lock in on that end goal? It's one of them things that you just can't really do. Like you have to really dig into yourself, and it's not one of the things that somebody else can dictate either. Like I can't be, I can't really set the goals for my family or my friends. I just have to amplify the goals that they come to me with that they developed. Right. One of my friends created a vision board, and she started achieving everything on the board. Right. I have a vision board behind me where every week I'm gonna just reamp the vision, see what I'm doing, and engage myself and continue to engage with my vision. But I can only do that for me. Everybody around me doesn't have that same space, that same mentality. All I can do is amplify the fact that if you have a vision, you go get it. You go get it. Um, and then guess what? If you fall off a little bit, that's okay. If you hit a bump in the road, that's okay. Like the world keeps spinning. The world keeps spinning. You got tomorrow to do it. You got tomorrow to do it. But then when you get to tomorrow, you gotta hustle like there's no tomorrow. Right? You gotta be in that zone. And sometimes I get in my bag, my little anti bag, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. And that's okay because the other thing is like my man Larry June, right? Listening to The Great Escape the other day. Once again, I pulled that one back out of the crate, out of the stream crate because we ain't got crates no more. I really need to get my vinyl selection together, but I really want to pull that one out the crate. And solid plan. You could accomplish anything with a solid plan. 60 days. Set yourself 60 days. 60 days to go strong and say, look, I'm gonna do this for 60 days and tag it. Boom. After 60 days, it shall be dope. Whatever that dopeness is, whatever your dopeness dictates for it to be, is it shall be dope. Like, hey, I want to lose some more weight before my birthday. All right, pick a number. Boom. When I pick that number, my discipline and all my efforts is gonna go towards that number. 60 days later, I know I'm gonna have some progress. I know I'm gonna have some progress because I have already built my own discipline, and I just urge everybody to build their own discipline. Like, love yourself, because discipline showcases the fact that you love you more than anybody else, and that's the best part. Like, you supposed to love yourself more than anybody else, because then you can showcase that person as much love as you could possibly give. I love my family. I love my kids. I love my kids, right? But I love me. So I have like the plethora of an amount of love to give, and then I subtract probably one, and that same amount of love I could give to them. But I definitely have to reserve a special space for me to have my discipline, to let, my dopeness cook. That way I can grow my love and my admiration and the way that I give back to my family, right? So you still have to reserve yourself that special place, that spot when you look in the mirror and you see your eyes in the morning, you say, look, I love you. You, I love you. Me, I love me, right? You telling yourself, like, I love you, man. Like, it's different when you have to face yourself, because a lot of people can move and maneuver through a lot of things, but when you look yourself in the eyes and like, nah, this is real. Like, I can't run from me. I can't run from me. You can try to concoct something in your head, but you know what you concocting around, and you know what you dancing with, and you can't run from yourself. You know what I mean? So just understand that I think it's crazy that people spend a lot of time trying to find this love, and they usually try to find it in like another person or in another way. And you really just need to sit down and build it in yourself, because sometimes, you never know, that could be enough. You never know. Like, then when you're resonating this energy, this love energy, then you might get what you're reciprocating, right? Um, Me, I just know that I got a whole agenda of, this is the first of the month right now, like today. So my initiatives start today on my next 60-day plan, which should take me to the end of January. And I have some goal sets in mind that I'm definitely about to knock out the park. I'm not playing. This is my solid plan phase, and it's go time, right? So as I, jump back into my escape route bag and the button bag, right? Um, this morning I checked out that he got a new song, and the song came out in September or whatever, so I'm a little late, but it's called "Keep On," and I heard that song, and I'm like, I needed that. I needed that. The thoughts that you have, and just keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on. And I'm like, it did it again. You know what I mean? It did it again. The music that I listen to is speaking to me, right? And these are the songs that assist me in my journey, my path, right? So just remember that we all moving down our path to peace. The mission is always peace. A warrior's mission is not to go war. A warrior steps out to war to make sure that they have peace at home. So as long as you follow that mission to peace with love, then it shall be dope. Thank y'all.